Minasan konnichiwa, Time Travel desu! These are 10 things you should do if you're visiting Tokyo in Japan. Number 1. Konbini. On practically every street in Japan is a convenience store, or in Japanese, konbini. In fact, there's over 55,000 across Japan, and the 3 main chains you're bound to run into are 7-Eleven, Family Mart, and Lawson. But they're not just your average convenience store. You can get really satiating meals here. And they even offer to warm food up for you. But if they don't, you can always ask, "Atatamete kudasai, atatamete kudasai," which means please warm it up for me. There's katsu curry, crispy croquettes, onigiris of every flavour, sandwiches with oranges in. Yabai. Fried noodles in buns. I didn't think I would like that, but it's quite nice. Socks, underwear, stationery, you name it, it has it all. Konbinis are affordable, convenient, hence the name, and the quality of the food is surprisingly good. Plus, most have ATMs that accept international cards, and you can pay utility, phone, and insurance bills when you're there too, which makes them really, really handy. But do you know what I love most of all? They have clean public toilets. So you don't have to spend your entire trip stressed there's not going to be a toilet around. Convenience have you covered. After all, vending machines are on every street in Japan too. And it'd be a shame to waste them. Convenience stores might not be that great where you come from, but don't underestimate them in Japan. You're going to be addicted. Plus, possibly the greatest thing about Konbinis, they're open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Can't get more convenient than that, right? Konbini fact! The concept of convenience stores was introduced to Japan in the 1960s and was inspired by American stores. In fact, the very first 7-Eleven store opened in 1974 in Tokyo. Number 2, Tokyo Skytree. Not to be confused with the iconic Tokyo Tower that I have no doubt you've seen before. Tokyo Skytree is a broadcasting and observation tower and the tallest structure in Japan. It was the second tallest in the world in 2012 when it opened, after the Burj Khalifa, the world's tallest skyscraper in Dubai. It stands at 634 meters tall. That's pretty darn tall. I hope you're not scared of heights, because there's some incredible views to be had here. And there's a lot more to do inside than there is in Tokyo Tower. Opening times are 10 AM till 10 PM on weekdays, and 9 AM till 10 PM on weekends. And let's not forget there's a hidden vending machine with canned cake. Yes, you heard me correctly. Japan puts cake in cans, apparently. I don't know why, but I'm not mad about it. And this one in Skytree is called Okashigaku, and it's incredibly rich. Number 3, Unicorn Gundam. Yep, that's right, there's a giant real-life Unicorn Gundam in Tokyo. And it's 21.7 meters tall in its destroy mode, which is pretty terrifying if you ask me. But if you're brave enough, you can watch it transform. Pretty cool, right? Which occurs 4 times a day at 11, 1, 3, and 5, and on the half hour between approximately 7 and 9:30 in the evening. And not to mention, there's a special Gundam base on the 7th floor of Diver City Tokyo Plaza. You can find some really cool Gundam models and really get your nerd on. Diver City is great in general, especially if it's your first time to Japan, because there's so much to do all in one place. There's shopping, gacha, VR, anime, a random poop museum, which is great for kids and families. Not to mention my personal favourite, the food court on the 1st floor. So if you fancy a nice cold beer and some tasty fried noodles, I mean, you know where to go. I'll see you there. Try the matcha sea salt soft serve. Do it. That's my personal obsession right now. But we're not done yet. Also, don't forget to check out Odaiba Beach, which is really close by in Tokyo Bay. It's great if you're going in sakura season, and you get the perfect view of the famous Rainbow Bridge. And it's roughly about 10 to 15 minute walk away from Diver City, so you have no excuse. Opening times for Diver City are 11 AM till 8 PM weekdays and 10 AM till 9 PM weekends. Number 4, Mr. Donut. If you have a sweet tooth like me, you're gonna love this. Mr. Donut is Japan's largest donut chain, and it originated in the US. But after tasting them, you probably wouldn't guess it because 1, they're not overly sweet, and 2, they're not ginormous, like American desserts usually are. Sorry, America. They have so many unique flavors here, and they bring out seasonal donuts all the time, so you're never gonna get bored. But my personal favorites have to be mochi donuts. And that's because they're the softest, chewiest, most delightful things you'll ever taste. And they're surprisingly light. So you'll feel as light as a feather after having like 10 of them, which, I mean, I don't recommend doing. And if you're visiting Japan at Christmas time, they bring out Pokemon themed donuts. How cute is this? Spoiler alert, Diglett was really tasty. Number 5, Hoshino Coffee. Japan has many great independent coffee shops and popular coffee chains such as Tully's, Starbucks, Dotor. The list goes on and on, but my personal favorite today is Hoshino Coffee because it has this really relaxed atmosphere, traditional Kisoten vibes. It's reminiscent of Japan's Showa era, and I just love the retro interior. It feels like going back in time, but with a modern twist. They serve rich hand-drip coffee, and let's not forget these fluffy souffle pancakes. Though they're probably a different style to the ones you've seen before, but they're still really delicious. But me personally, I recommend going in the morning and having breakfast there because they do this amazing cheesy toast. I never knew cheese on toast could be that delicious, and I'm British. This has us beat. I love Hoshino Coffee so much that I've already made a video on it, so if you want to see more, check out this video right here. Number 6, Tsukiji Outer Market, or Tsukiji Fish Market as you might know it as, is Tokyo's most famous fish market. Though you can get a lot more than just seafood here. They do amazing street food here, from tamagoyaki, grilled seafood, wagyu beef skewers, and they also have restaurants and shops. People tend to have mixed views about Tsukiji Market, on YouTube at least. Some might say it's turning into a bit of a tourist trap, but I don't think anyone can deny it's popular for a reason, and it's great if it's your first time visiting Tokyo. But keep in mind, many of the stores are still cash only. As technologically advanced as Japan is, a lot of places still don't accept card, so keep that in mind. If you want an alternative to Tsukiji Market, a great place to check out would be Toyosu Fish Market, which is designed to look like an Edo period market. This also features food stalls and restaurants, plus Toyosu Senkyaku Banrai, which is a new entertainment and food complex located right next to it, which by the way has a 24-hour bathhouse with hot springs and foot baths. And you can enjoy incredible views of Tokyo Bay and Rainbow Bridge. Don't mind if I do. And these right here are the opening times for Tsukiji and Toyosu Market. Number 7, Conveyor Sushi, or Kaiten Sushi in Japanese. Sushi served on a conveyor belt is a really fun idea, right? Who wouldn't love it? I think it appeals to most people, especially families because kids can't get enough. But luckily for us, the service is incredibly fast and the prices are really affordable. And prices often start at 100 yen per plate. It feels like an interactive experience. There's even games you can play and prizes you can win. And there's something about seeing the food go round around the belt and you've been able to see it and pick it off yourself that I really love. It feels like the Japanese version of Hook a Dog. I loved that game as a kid. Is this just a UK game? I don't know. Plus I think you're less likely to order something you won't enjoy because you can see it going around. You have a general idea of what it looks like. And it's nice to be able to try a lot of different things and find out what you like and what you don't like. Whereas if you ordered one main meal, you're kind of stuck with that. You might end up getting to try things you never usually would. And I have 3 popular chains you can start with, which are Kura Sushi, Kappa Sushi, and Sushiro, which is the largest conveyor belt sushi chain, with over 500 restaurants nationwide. You might be thinking Conveyor Sushi is cheap and therefore poor quality, but I don't think that's true at all. I was pleasantly surprised with how affordable it is and how fresh the fish tastes. Sushi fact! The concept of conveyor sushi was invented in Osaka in 1958 by Yoshiaki Shiraishi. Seeing a conveyor belt system at a brewery inspired him to revolutionize sushi delivery in a way that had never been done before. To many traditionalists at the time, this was seen as madness, because sushi chefs are well known to take a decade or longer to perfect their craft. But Shiraishi had a vision, and that was to make sushi more affordable, accessible, and fun for everyone. Number 8, Capsule Hotels. So you want to see the futuristic side of Japan? Well, you've come to the right place, because Tokyo has the most capsule hotels in Japan, where you can sleep in these tiny futuristic pods like something out of a sci-fi movie. They're very budget friendly, and they're perfect for solo travelers because women and men are separated when they sleep. But there's usually a separate lounge area where you can all hang out and chill and eat and do whatever else you're doing. And I know what you're thinking. Don't panic, I know it sounds like a claustrophobic nightmare, but it's actually pretty fun. For example, me and my husband stayed in the first cabin Ichigaya in Tokyo, and that was a flight-themed hotel with this enormous manga collection where you can read as much as you like. And inside the actual pod, you usually get a TV, Wi-Fi, nightlight, power outlets. There are usually shower rooms with different amenities and sometimes even hair tools, and a separate locker area to keep all your belongings safe. So there's a lot more to it than you might expect. In this hotel, for example, there was an all-you-can-drink deal with cocktails and beer, which I'm not gonna lie, I really appreciated. You can find all sorts of things, and as you can see, capsule hotels or pod hotels aren't always as tiny as you think. I had so much space in this room, and there's a lot to do, so you definitely won't be bored. So if you want to spend the night in your own little space capsule, give this a try. Number 9, shrines and temples. If you've already seen the futuristic side of Japan and you're looking for more of a traditional cultural experience, shrines and temples may be for you. Meiji Jingu Shrine in Shibuya and Sensoji Temple in Asakusa are two of the most popular ones with tourists and are visited by millions of people every year. Sensoji is Tokyo's oldest temple, founded in AD 628, which is located in the Asakusa district. When approaching the temple, you'll enter through the Kaminarimon, known as Thunder Gate. Sounds impressive, right? And inside there's a Nakamisidori, which is a 250-meter long shopping street that's lined with nearly 100 shops selling souvenirs, delicious food, traditional Japanese items like kimonos. Most of these shops open around 10 AM to 7 PM, but times vary depending on each shop. And some open early as 8 AM. Plus, this temple is free to enter. On to Meiji Jingu. Meiji Jingu Shrine is known for its peaceful forest, which by the way was created from donations of over 100,000 trees all across Japan. The original shrine was built in 1920, destroyed in 1945, and then rebuilt in 1958. This shrine is also free to enter, and I have to say this was probably my favourite out of the two. Don't get me wrong, Sensoji Temple is absolutely stunning and a must-see, and it's very popular with tourists. In fact, when I went in Sakura season, there was a huge line just for this particular photo spot, the Thunder Gate. But I'm more a nature addict at heart, and forest bathing, Shinrin-yoku, is my kind of thing. But I recommend seeing both, and it really depends on what your preference is. If, however, you've already visited both, these are some great alternatives. You could check out some other hidden gems, such as this historic Nezu Shrine, which is very tranquil and has beautiful azalea flowers in spring, or Anamori Inari Shrine, which is in a really convenient location, close to Haneda Airport. I mean, look at these beautiful teeny tiny torii gates. Shrines and temples like these that are slightly lesser known are great if you want to avoid heavy crowds. But no matter which shrine or temple you visit, I recommend going really early in the morning. And finally, number 10, dinner cruise. Yakitabune are sightseeing boats in Japan, the literal translation being house-shaped boats. These aren't necessarily exclusive to Tokyo, but they are most commonly associated with the city. I think what makes a river cruise so special is the fact that not only do you get a great multi-course meal and drinks, and traditional Japanese interior, but you also get to see Tokyo from a whole different perspective. The journey usually takes 2 to 3 hours, so you can really relax and take it all in. And I know 2 to 3 hours seems like a long time, but from my own experience, it really doesn't feel that long. It goes in a flash, and I think it's a great way to end your trip. There are many different ways to book this kind of experience, whether it be through Klook or Rakuten Travel Experiences, Get Your Guide, and I've definitely seen some more expensive and some less expensive. But it depends what you want. Each cruise will differ in price depending on destination and what's included. So I hope this gave you some fun ideas for the next time you're in Tokyo. And give this video a watch right here, how to spend 2 weeks in Japan, if you want to see what I did on my first trip to Tokyo. and I'll leave the link to this video in the description. Chottomate! Just want to give a quick shout out to DalK1G. Thank you so much for commenting on my last community post. I've been going through some real ups and downs with health recently, so seeing your comment really made a huge difference to me. And thank you to everyone who supported this channel and continues to watch my videos. It means the world and it helps me continue through these trying times. I really love reading all your comments, so please continue. Mite kurete arigato. Bye bye. When approaching the temple, you'll enter through the Kaminari-non. Help. You can do it. Relax. Take it easy, take it slow, vibing, chilling, thriving, winning.